Every weekday between 1 and 2 p.m., we release our Central Indiana Scoreboard Show, our ESPN Radio Sports Center style podcast. Features the Pacers, Colts, Fever, IndyCar, IU and Purdue, Ball State, Taylor, IUK, Anderson, Indiana Wesleyan, and of course the best high school coverage in all of Central Indiana. Once again, that's every weekday between 1 and 2 p.m. right here on the Central Indiana Sports Network.
You're listening to the Central Indiana Sports Report with your host, Greg Mengelt.
Welcome, NBA fans, to the Central Indiana Sports Report. I'm your host, Greg Mengelt. With me is our NBA guy, John Robertson, who is in his glory here in the NBA playoffs. Before the playoffs yesterday, John, was the NBA draft lottery, and seems like somebody got payback for a trade they made. I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but if I was running a league and I wanted to fix it somehow, this is exactly how I'd do it.
No, I agree. That was my first thought. Like the trade with Luka to the Lakers made 0 sense when it happened. But if you think about the fact that, we'll give you the first pick in the NBA draft, that makes way more sense.
It does.
It makes way more sense.
Things start to click in your head.
And I know they have it where you can watch the lottery balls being pulled, but nobody knows what those 4-digit codes are, and nobody knows what any of that means until somebody says, oh, that's Dallas.
And they run, I guess the company that runs it, but the NBA runs that lottery.
Yeah, they do.
They can freeze the envelope. They can weight the balls. They can do what they want. And I'm not saying that they do it. But if I do have a conspiracy theory, this is it. The 1985 Patrick Ewing theory, I'm 50-50 on. So, and it made sense. If you want your guy in New York City, bend the corner of the envelope or freeze it or whatever. And it still seems like they're up to those antics.
What about the 92? Was it 92 with Shaq and then 93 with Weber/Penny? That one seemed pretty shady too because they only had one ball in the pool.
Yeah, that's right. Back when the best record had one, the next best record had two balls. Yeah, and
and I don't like the way they just do the top 4 picks and everybody else is by record order. Like just go with record order or draft them or do the lottery for everyone. I don't like the mixed. I don't like anything about it, but it makes honestly it seems really sketch.
Really, really sketchy. All right.
Well, before we leave that topic, I want to ask, like, if you're...
I was going to leave the topic.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, then.
No, go. Yeah.
Well, if you're Cooper Flagg, do you want to go to Dallas after the way Luka was treated there? Does he pull a Eli Manning for the San Diego Chargers?
No, that's not going to happen. I would be a little skeptical going in there, but if you hear the Mavericks' reasoning... let's just say that Cooper Flagg is not Luka Doncic. They are two different personalities, and I believe what it was a difference in vision between Luka and management.
Well, that's fair. I was like, Cooper didn't look too happy on the draft.
No, he did not.
Footage.
No, he didn't. And I'm not sure he's going to be thrilled about it, but I can't imagine he's going to ask his way out. And in fact, Dallas said today we're not trading it. So,
well, there you
go. Your thoughts on Cooper Flagg as a pro?
I think he's the best person in the draft. I don't know. He'll be fine. He went to Duke. I can't be a fan of him. He went to Duke. I'm a diehard Tar Heel, so whatever. That's my take on Cooper Flagg.
All-Star, All-NBA, future Hall of Famer? Any possibility of all that? Does he look like that to you?
He's got potential, but he's going to need to be developed. And you never really know how it's going to go. Like, I don't like to get too high off of people on the draft. Like, look at Zion Williamson. Like, he was supposed to be this massive talent, and he's been okay.
Again, same thing.
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg is not Zion Williamson.
Well, agreed. But I'm just saying, like, I never expect too much out of anybody until, I mean, with the WNBA draft, we knew Caitlin Clark was going to be Caitlin Clark, and I think Paige Beckers will be who everybody thinks she is. So, but in the NBA, I don't know. We'll see.
All right, let's talk some actual basketball now, John. Big win last night for the Wolves. It seemed like they turned it on when they wanted, or it kind of looked like the Warriors folded a little bit. I don't know if it was fatigue or what, but Minnesota was able to do whatever they wanted in the third quarter. They're up 3-1, and they're all 3-1 except for Oklahoma City and Denver.
Yeah, I watched both the games last night, and I really thought the Minnesota showed that when they want to win, they're going to win. They showed that they're the better team overall. They've got the depth. Without Steph Curry, the Warriors don't have the spark to keep them going. They've got a couple of pieces trying to make it continue, but it's just not. It's not going to happen.
That one's over in time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it's over in Game 5 or not, but that one's over in time.
Yeah, and Edwards played pretty well last night. He had 30 points. He's coming out and actually playing as aggressive like he needs to, and being the head of the snake for that team. When he's not there doing that, like, I think you can tell they're a different team when Edwards is playing lazy, or not even lazy, just he's not playing at his best or bringing the energy. The team doesn't come with him, but he played well last night.
I'm burying the lead a little bit here, but let's stay with the West before we get to the big story of the night.
Sure.
We'll finish out the podcast. As heroic as Jokic can be, as much as he can put a team on his back and carry him, can you see Denver winning 2 of these next 3?
I want to believe that Denver has a chance. Honestly, I really think that Jokic can put on a show, but, like, I've got to say Oklahoma City is just too strong. Oklahoma City reminds me of the same play style that the Pacers are playing. They're just fast and deep, and they're going to make you run. And, like, Jokic is a big dude, and when he's your star, he's not going to be able to run the floor as hard as everybody else. I mean, a tremendous athlete, great player, but he just can't keep up that pace of play. So I think
always looks like he's tired.
Yeah,
and then puts up 40 points and 25 rebounds while he looks tired.
I think the Thunder win 2 of the 3, but I think that they'll keep it close. Nuggets will stay in there and fight.
I would not want to play against Jokic in a Game 7. I'll tell you that. They need to put them away if they're going to do this.
Yeah, I agree.
They need to win that game in Denver, I think.
The line on that game is Nuggets plus 10 tonight, which it's one of those ones where it seems kind of obvious you'd take it, but I think I wouldn't touch it. I think Vegas knows what they're doing.
Either way, couldn't you?
Yeah, it's either the Nuggets are going to win or it's going to be a blowout by Oklahoma City. So I wouldn't.
Well, I mean, I could see Oklahoma City winning a close game, but I certainly would think that it's either going to come down to the wire or it's going to be a blowout. I don't see Denver winning by more than a handful of points, but I could see it coming either way with Oklahoma City. I think it's going to kind of depend on what Denver has, to be fair. As the little bit older team, a team that's been banged up throughout the year, Jamal Murray, you never know what you're going to get. You still get a great Jamal Murray from time to time, but it's not as often as it used to be. It kind of depends on what you get with Denver.
Yeah, I agree on all those points. You want to get to the big story of the night?
Let's get to the big story now, John. I think we waited 9 minutes to get to the big story.
Yeah.
I was about to say in the draft lottery story that things never come up Pacers, but they sure have come up Pacers in this postseason, and the path seems to be wide open.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Although I will say, even leading into the Knicks-Celtics series, there was part of me that preferred the Celtics just because I think we get out of a Celtics-Pacers series easier without an injury, easier than we do in a Knicks-Indy series. So there's a part of me that thought I would rather play Boston than New York, but New York looks like they're going to take that series down, especially with the big Tatum injury.
And that's big news, of course. Top 5 player in the league, and that looked like, and I looked at 3 o'clock to see if there was any update. There had not been that I'd seen, but just from the looks of it, there's no way he's coming back for this playoffs.
No, I don't know if he's coming back next season.
That's the question.
Yeah, he looked like it was a torn ACL, and when you got a guy like that being rolled off the court in a wheelchair and he's got his hands or face in his hands, that's never good. I would worry about that if I was a Celtics fan. I mean, you never want to see that. You never want to see a guy injured.
No. But what it does is it opens up a path for the Pacers, not just this year, but man, the league is going to change so much between now and next season. And usually teams that don't have continuity that the Pacers do don't typically win championships. And man, things could really be setting up for next year for the Pacers, kind of depending on what happens. But there's going to be a lot of chaos this summer, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to wonder where Giannis is going to go. You got to wonder what's going to happen with all the injuries. I think there's going to be massive shakeups all across the league.
Kevin Durant, what can he bring? Will he be a trade piece? There are so many different ones.
How many years do you think Durant has left of where he's like an actual impactful player?
I mean, he could be an impactful player for probably 5 more years, I would think, with his build, with his skill set. I certainly think he could last 5 more years as a good player. If you're counting on him to carry you to a championship, those days are over.
That's what that's kind of the point I was getting to. Like,
yeah,
I don't think he
can
be he can't be the guy anywhere.
No. In fact, if you're a really good team, you would hope that maybe he would want to be a 6th man. That would be, going forward, maybe not next year, but going forward, because he'd be perfect for that.
Yeah.
Man, would he be perfect carrying a second unit?
No, I agree. I just I kind of wonder, like, he did really well for a long, long time. And LeBron falls in the same thing. LeBron's LeBron, but he's definitely aged out. Like, how many years do you think he's got? You know what I mean? Those are the questions we're going to...
He might be able to go 5 more as a role player.
LeBron?
A good role player. Yeah, he might be.
I give him 2 or 3 tops.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it's possible. He was so good this year that it wouldn't surprise me. And again, he's not all NBA to me anymore. He's not top 15 player in the league anymore, but he's the second best player on the Pacers right now, probably. If he was on the Pacers, I think he's better than Siakam to this day.
He gets you jersey sales.
Jersey sales.
Yeah.
So my point being that if they are willing to accept that they are not who they used to be, they could be useful pieces for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But man, absolute chaos in the East.
Yeah.
And the Cavs, people are saying that the Pacers, last year, I'm one who said the Pacers got lucky. I hope the front office doesn't see this as an NBA Eastern Conference Finals team, because they're not. But that is not the case this year. Game 1, they came out and kicked the Cavs right in the rear end from the beginning. They've been the better team in the series to me. I know they had to come back and win that game, but to me, they've been the better team in this series. I don't think this is lucky at all.
No, I agree.
The Pacers have earned every bit of this.
Well, I think that other people are starting to see it. I'm not going to lie. I watched a couple of Cleveland-based podcasts today to see what their fans were saying.
Exactly.
And even they're saying, like, the Pacers just came out and were better than everybody expected. And one of the things they said was, the Cavs' big thing all season long has been how deep they are, and their bench has been good. And then this series, and with the injuries, their bench hasn't played up to what you need them to play to, and they just haven't been that good as a second unit.
And everyone moves into a different role when the bench comes in. When someone from the bench goes in to start, it changes all the roles, and it's really hard to recover from that. People don't understand there's a dynamic to rotations that no matter who's the injury, it changes that equation and can really change the outcome.
Yeah. So the Pacers bench has been unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. So, yeah, like everybody's celebrating, though. We still got 3 games to go. That's the one thing I like to say.
Against a really good team.
Yeah. Like, I could see the Pacers coming out and laying an egg tonight. I could see them coming out and having a really bad. I don't want it, obviously. I'm not rooting for it, but I could see it happening. I think we'll get at least one of the next 3 for sure, but I really think if they just get it done tonight, get it over with, would be the
just get it done tonight.
Yeah.
So I don't have to be nervous on Thursday night.
I went through and looked at the the updated odds for the championships just because I was curious on that. Oklahoma City's at minus 105 now, so they're the clear favorite.
Even odds.
And then Knicks are number 2. The Knicks are number 2. So even
yes, they are 450.
The 500 on FanDuel. But that just goes to show that, like, they're not giving the Pacers credit yet, because even if we get through Cleveland, they're saying New York's, almost a 2-1 favorite if you look at those odds. So,
and the Pacers have not been a favorite in this series, not a single game.
I think they play better when they're not a favorite. I think they like people to question them and doubt them, and they like to come out and that they play better that way. So keep doubting them. Keep doubting the Pacers.
So real fast, off the top of your head, Timberwolves, Thunder, Knicks, Pacers. Is that going to be the Final Four?
Timberwolves, yes. Thunder, yes. Pacers, Knicks, yes. That's my Final Four. Yeah,
I thought so. Just wanted to run that by you. Who would be the most likely to break that up? Denver?
Yeah, I think Denver has a small shot. I don't think Warriors have any chance, and I really don't see the Celtics coming back without Tatum. And
Cavaliers would still be number 2, wouldn't they?
Yes. Did you see that? Tatum just had surgery for Achilles, ruptured Achilles tendon. Just came through my phone.
He's probably out for next year as well. If surgeries are the same as they have been, and he is indeed human, I would imagine that he will miss the entire next season. That is just too bad for him. At least he's going to make $40 million while he's recovering.
Well,
bright side. That is a bit of a bright side to a bummer of a situation. Thank you so much to John for joining me, and to you for listening. Please enjoy the games tonight and join us for our Game 5 reaction to the Pacers-Cavs about a half hour after the game ends. Can't wait. Go Pacers. Could be a great night in Pacers history. Please tell your friends and family about the Central Indiana Sports Report. Appreciate it. Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media. And I love Susie.